Hello everybody, Lots for Life here, bringing guys my first Grand Archive deck profile. I freaking love Grand Archive. This game has taken up way more of my money than I thought it would, and I have been kind of obsessed. I have mats, I have a mat, I have multiple of the deck boxes, and I've been buying way too much of the product. I love this game, and I really want to talk about it and share about it and talk and all that stuff. So anyways, let's go ahead and get on with the deck profile. I would appreciate any kind of ideas, recommendations, or concerns that other Grand Archive players have. I have never have so far mostly just made modifications to structure decks. And this is no different, honestly. This is the Recollection deck, pretty much. And I've made modifications, I've tried it out, I've been having a lot of fun playing with it. Is it any good? I don't know. I've only been to like 2 tournaments, and I've only got to play a few times. But I've been having way too much fun with the deck, and way too much fun with the game. So, let's go ahead and start off. I don't know what the tradition is with the other stuff, but I'm going to start off with the material deck. Let's go ahead and get on with starting off with our champion. First, obviously, Spirit of Slime. On enter, draw 7, and then, well, the odds underneath, you get to ignore the elemental conditions of your slime cards. I love this card. I love this idea. I love being able to like play multiple colors in a deck, and I really, because it just expands on deck building so much. And now, granted, this is also rather restrictive because for non-slimes, you're pretty much just stuck with norm stuff, which is, it's restrictive, yeah, because it locks you out of a lot of the really cool stuff that Tamer has. But I digress. I really like it. Really cool card. I can't wait to see what else they come up with for shenanigans like this. Next, we got our level 1, Silvie, Wild Whisperer. Pretty simple stuff. Oh, your next dude that comes out gets a buff counter on it. Pretty cool. Standard stuff. Nothing anything amazing. Then we got Silvie with the pack. On enter, you draw 2 cards. Well, you draw 1 card for if you have an animal, 1 card for if you have a beast. Just standard level 2 mid stuff where it helps you kind of get going. And then finally for the level 3, we got the Silvie Slime Sovereign, who on enter, the next slime ally card you activate this turn costs 2 less to activate and enters the field with 2 additional buff counters on it. And then, of course, also you get to ignore the activation requirements of your advanced element slimes. So you get to play Luxem, all that stuff. It's fun. It's cool. I really love it, and I'm so happy. My first CSR I pulled was the Silvie one. I darn near had a heart attack. Moving on. We got 1 Grand Crusader's Ring, pretty standard. You know, just another draw card. I honestly don't like any of the other Divine Relics. None of them have impressed me enough to be like, yeah, I want to sacrifice a draw for that. Moving on, then we got 1 Nullifying Lantern. An annoying number of people at my locals are playing the mill deck for water with Nico and stuff. So I don't know if this really actually does anything to it, but it feels like it does, so it might help. Moving on, 1 Slime Nexus to be able to get an easier stuff out. 1 Beast Bonder Ears in order to be able to like just boost our level up a bit more because we do have Pride annoyingly enough still. And a Melodious Flute for further leveling up, and it has a cool thing with Harmony and Melody cards. Not that like that's really important for this, it's mostly just here for level up. And then we got Gaia's Blessing for our first Terra card. This card is really cool because you get to play with the top of your deck flipped face up. So if you've ever played Yu-Gi-Oh! And you've heard of Convulsions of Nature, it just reminds me of that. And then you get to play animals and beasts from the top of your deck. That's really cool. But what's even cooler is that I found out this weekend. So I've always thought, it says here you may activate the card from your material deck by banishing 4 animal or beast allies from your graveyard. I always thought that was just an alternate condition for whenever you're in material phase. No, apparently you can do that at any time after. I didn't know, and it came up, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. I can just activate this without having to be in material phase. Next, we got Slime Totem, which gives all your slimes vigor. Pretty cool. It's nothing amazing, but it's helpful. And then we got a Covenant of Thorns. which when it comes out, it links to one of your dudes and ally link and all that fun stuff. And if damage would be done to your champion, that damage is done to the linked creature instead. So you equip this onto like a big buffy boy who has a ton of buff counters, or you're a king, and then now you don't gotta worry about the as much damage hitting you as it goes to your other guy instead. So that's my material deck. Are there better options? Probably. I don't know. I'm still new to this game, and I like it. Moving on. For our main deck, first and foremost, we got 4 Baby Gray Slimes. And Baby Gray is like one of the best, like, I wouldn't say it's the best starter in the deck, but it's really, really good because, hey, it's got Intercept, and you also get to draw a card whenever you play it, provided you got 2 slime names you can reveal from your memory or from your hand. Next, we got 4 Limitless Slime. This thing is so cool. So it has no effect on level 0, but it gains effects for every level up. So, level 1, Floating Memory. Level 2, it gets +1 attack and +2 on its health, which is really cool. So it becomes a 2 attack and 3 health beater. And then when you get to level 3, every time it attacks, it gets a buff counter, so it gets beefier. So this card, it gets stronger the longer the game goes out, and the longer it's on the field, if your opponent doesn't try prioritizing killing it, or you have ways of protecting it with like taunt and stuff, then this thing can get beefy as heck. Like, you can get a lot of counters on this thing if your opponent doesn't out it very quickly. I love it. It's so cool. Next, we got 4 Baby Red. Baby Red is like one of my favorite cards in this deck, because on attack, you get to discard a card, draw a card into, I think, memory, right? Yeah, into your memory. And then if you discarded a fire card, you get +2 on this, +1 on this boy. And there's actually a specific card that combos with it, which I feel like is probably important to mention here instead of pushing it off for when we get to the action cards. But that is specifically this card here, Slime Eruption. And this card is like the main card you want to discard off of Baby Red. Sometimes you want to discard your Limitless Slime. But anyways, you discard this card, and then you get the +1 on an attack, and then you got your Floating Memory and Graveyard. Very good card for that alone. Slime Eruption does also have an actual like effect when you activate it, where you banish slimes to do damage to... So you may banish any amount of fire element slime cards and up to 2 non-fire from your graveyard. For each card banished this way, choose the unit and deal 1 damage to it. It can help kind of just close out a game or kill a monster that's annoying you, but it's not like the activation effect. I wish it doesn't feel all that great. It's really good for discarding off a Baby Doe. So that's what I like about it. Next, we got 3 Baby Green Slime. I'm honestly thinking about bumping this guy up to 4 because there are some cheeky things you can do with it, but I don't know. I also need to like tinker around with this deck a bit because I want to add back in the cakes. I took out the cakes, and now I'm realizing, wait, cake is good because you can, this is where like I'm wanting to explore and branch around, but this is the build that I've been playing and I've been loving it. I'm going to do an updated build after I tinker around with it some more. But really cool thing, if you do still play the cake, you can play the cake, get your draw, and then you can play this guy for I want to say book it so bad, but I don't know if Grand Archive players are going to get the reference to Yu-Gi-Oh! Anyways, you suppress your cake, and then it flips back up at the end of the turn, and it counts as it entering the field again, so you get another draw. So you get to do some cheeky things with it, with the cake. So makes me want to play the cake again. But anyways, moving on. Very good card. Doesn't come up too much on like hitting your opponent's stuff, but it can, especially if you're playing against like Lorraine or something. You summon this guy, you know what, screw it, book their, you suppress their sword, and then, now Lorraine can't attack unless they got an attack card or something. Anyways, it just kind of comes up on that. Next, we got 2 Bedivere. I kind of want to bump her up to 3, maybe. I don't know. I like Bedivere a lot, but at the same time, she just doesn't do enough by herself. So while she's on the field, and you got another animal or beast, she has taunt, which is really cool. She's beefy with her defense, well, with her health, so that helps keep her alive. And with the taunt, you're always redirecting the attack and stuff, protecting your other dudes. And then on death, everybody else gets a buff counter, provided you're level 3 or higher and you are a tamer. So, you know, you're gonna be a tamer. It's just a matter of are you level 3 or not. Moving on, I do have one for my non-advanced element allies. I have one green slime. I kind of want to bump it up to 2 because right now I just don't have enough beasts, which means I almost never get to get the second draw off of the level 2 Silvie. So I kind of want to play more of it. I don't like red and I don't like blue, so it's like, okay, what beast do I put in here? That's something that I'm gonna have to work around with. I might put in ordinary bear again. I don't know, I'm gonna have to work on that. Anyway, so that's all of the non-advanced slimes and non-advanced allies I play. For the advanced guys, I have 3 Gaia's Songbird on enter. For a 1 cost, you get to reveal 2 cards from your deck until you get to a beast, add it to your hand. Very good card for getting to your advanced element slimes because they are all beasts, unless I'm totally misremembering, but I'm glancing at them now and yeah, they all say beast. So a very good card for getting to your advanced element slimes, of which I'm only playing like 1 of each except for some of the gooder ones. The better ones. So anyways, good card. Maybe play 4, I don't know. I'm trying to keep as close to 60 as possible. Part of me wants to like bump it up, but I don't know. Next we got 2 Slime King. This card is so cool, I love him. Pride 4, which is annoying. He's got taunt. When you play him as additional cost, you have to banish 3 slimes from your graveyard with different attributes from each other, different elements from each other, I should specify. And then on death, you get to bring back those allies. So, oh, no, he died. Okay, bring them all back. And so you can do cheeky stuff like banish a gray slime and like a green slime. So like baby gray and a green slime. And then like you get to like use their on-enter effects. So you get to draw, you get to like get buff counters, you get to do other shenanigans. It's even better if like you banish some of the other advanced elements. This is another card where I'm like, I kind of want to play 3, but I don't know. It's really, I want to stay as close to 60, but I also really like mixing and messing around with this a lot. Moving on, I got 2 Lustrous Slime. This thing can get so many counters so easily. So on enter, you reveal cards from your memory. Yeah, you've revealed any amount of slime cards from your memory. Each card revealed this way, put a buff counter on Lustrous. And then on death, you gain life equal back to the amount of buff counters that was on it. So this thing can get very beefy very easily. And because it's got Pride and Taunt, you can just kind of redirect the attacks and not have to worry about it. So I really like it, especially since early to mid game, you can just kind of take a lot of damage. Moving on for the one-ofs. 1 Twilight Slime, while it's out, you get Spell Shroud for you and all your slimes. Very cool, I like it. 1 Vampire Slime, my first Ultra I pulled actually. Pride 3, on hit, you recover the amount of damage that you do with it. Next, 1 Storm Slime. I kind of want to bump him up to 2 because he's really good. On play, you do damage to your opponent equal to the amount of banished slimes you have. And then on death, you get to banish up to 2 random cards from your memory and draw 1 card for each. This card feels way better than it actually did initially, so I kind of want to bump them up. Next we got 1 Ethereal Slime, Pride 3, Stealth, True Sight, which is very important with the True Sight. Class bonus on entry, you may banish a tamer card from your material deck. If you do, draw a card and put a buff counter on Ethereal Slime. Level 5 or more, prevent all non-combat damage that would be dealt to Ethereal Slime. I like Ethereal Slime a lot. It's cool. I'm not a big fan of banishing my tamer stuff since there's not much you can really do with them when they're banished. But hey, getting a draw and a buff, you can get rid of something that you just do not care about or need. So that's really nice. Next, I got 1 Verdant Slime who on enter gets to destroy up to 1 target regalia with memory cost 0, and if you don't, you put 2 counters on them. It's a Pride 5, which is a bit annoying, but it's not hard to get to, like level 5. So he just kind of sits there otherwise and gets big. Having removal is always nice though. One Convoking Slime. This card's funny. At the beginning of your recollection phase, you summon a copy of himself, a token copy. Now, what I am curious about, and something that I have not seen any like official things about, and it hasn't come up yet. Do the tokens have the same effect? So like you have one out, and then next turn, since you have two, they both trigger, you get 4. Does that how that works? I don't know. Anyways, it's really cool. I like it. Just being able to just get a progressively bigger board out as things go on. That is it for the slimes, but I do also play one Crawl. I love Crawl so much. I love big dragons. I have a soft spot for big dragons, and beginning to play him in this deck as well. He comes up, he's so powerful, and is just, I love it. And also the fact that you can cheat him out with that one spell. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. Really cool. Again, though, I am going to be changing up a lot of things with this deck. I just really wanted to share and see what people think and stuff. And also spread the word about how awesome Grand Archive is. Please check the game out. I want to see this game succeed. Next up, we got 4 Blissful Calling. You pay 1, you get to look at the top 4 cards, or is it 5 cards? 5 cards of your deck, add an animal or beast, the rest go on the bottom of your deck. And it's just a really good card overall. You want to open this or Idle Thoughts going first or second, like whenever you go. You want to open these because then you pay your 1, you do your thing, and then now you got your memory, and you can just go straight into your level 1 so you can start playing your allies. Idle Thoughts is a really good card. I feel like it's just a mandatory staple in like pretty much every deck. Just, you get to pay 1, look at top 4, stack your deck, and then now you got 1 memory, well, 1 floating memory in your graveyard for stuff later on. Next, we got Gathering Slimes. This card is silly, and I love it. It's so good. So, whenever you activate it, which, by the way, it's got fast activation if you're a tamer, you look at the top 5 cards of your deck, recover X, where X is the amount of slime ally cards revealed this way. Put a slime ally card among them from your into your hand and the rest of the bottom of your deck in any order. It's kind of like another Blissful Calling, but it also heals you, and you can only get slime allies. I really wish for the healing it counted non-slime allies in terms of it was just any slime card. So then if you reveal Slime's Blessing or something, you could get a heal off of that too. But no, it only counts for slime allies, which I understand. They don't want to make it too broken, but oh well. Next up, I got 3 Slime's Blessing. Part of me wants to bump this up to 4 because it's such a good card, but it doesn't feel that good enough. That's something that I'm still trying to figure out and learn with this game is ratios. So this card, whenever you activate it, by the way, since you're a tamer, it only costs 2 instead of 3. You get to put 3 counters on up to 2 creatures. Well, you put 3 counters. One on 2. One goes on your champion, and then the other 2 goes on 1 each of 2 creatures you control. So you put 1 buff counter on 1 creature, 1 buff counter on another creature, and then you put 1 level counter on your champion, which is really awesome. Very, very handy, and can also help you get to Pride 5 very easily. Next, we got 2 Slime Shield. This card just doesn't feel all that great, but that might just be me. I don't know. So anyways, class bonus, level 2+. This card costs 1 less to activate, so for whenever you're level 2 or higher, it only costs 1. You target 1 creature you control, and then you prevent 3 damage to that creature, and if it's a slime ally, you put a buff counter on it too. Really good card. I just am very iffy on playing more than 3. It just, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. That's something I want to mess around with too. For their Terra element stuff, we got 3 Terra Sight. I kind of want to bump it up to 4, but I don't like playing a ton of advanced element cards. I'm already doing that. So 3 of it. And then we got 2 Hymn of Gaia's Grace. This card is the card that can cheat out Crawl, which is funny. So you activate it, you glimpse 3, draw a card. And then after that, you may put a animal or beast ally card with a reserve cost level less or from your hand onto the field, and if you do, you may change the target of an attack to that target. So basically, if you're being attacked and you activate this card, not only do you get a draw, not only do you get to glimpse, but you also get to play a dude and then change the attack target to that creature. Very good card overall. And finally, for 1 attack, we have 3 Smack with Flute, and it's mainly being played here because it's floating memory, and it's another card we can discard off of Baby Red. So that is everything. I love this deck a lot. I know it's not good, probably, at least not this build. That is, again, something we're going to be messing around with. I just wanted to share my thoughts and opinions and stuff, and also just, I want to talk about this game so much, and now that I'm finally getting free time and energy to finally start making videos again, I really wanted to share, and, you know, maybe this is not the best deck to go with for the first deck profile, but I do have a Diana deck I want to share later that I've actually been having a pretty good time with, and actually came close to winning a few games in tournaments. It's really hard to for me to, I don't know if it's just me being bad or if my deck building is bad or what, but it's been a struggle doing well at locals, and that's partly because all my local guys have been playing since the game started. One of the guys at my locals, actually, from what I understand, was like one of the biggest Kickstarter backers and everything. It's crazy. I love this game a lot. I want to see it succeed, and check it out if you're interested. I might do more videos on it. I do want to at least do deck profiles, and I might do more topical videos about it, give my thoughts on everything. But anyways, thank you all for watching. Have a great day. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. Rate, comment, and subscribe, and see you all later. Peace. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider rating, commenting, and subscribing. Sharing the video helps as well. If you especially really like it, please do consider being a channel member. Every little bit helps out. And hey, also why not check me out on my other social media pages. Thank you, and have a great day.